Hi everyone, it's Wendy. Welcome back to the channel. I am here today to just do some playing with circles. I was inspired by these cases, I guess you'd call them, CD envelopes. And I've always wanted to be able to make one on my own or make something that has that same circle window effect. But often when you get this is a big 3-hole punch. Often when you get a punch, it will only punch to, let me just show you. This doesn't like, it wants a couple thicknesses, but it will only punch to like give you this much depth. So I thought, well, why wouldn't I just fold the paper and go from there? So that's what I've been doing. So I folded the paper. This is some cardstock. I'm using this light cardstock because I'm finding that this particular punch, I don't know if the blades are dull or what the story is, but it doesn't seem to like just to do paper. So I did this paper. It did go through, but I don't know if you can see. It's got like I'd have to trim it, which kind of defeats the purpose. I suppose if I did a number of thicknesses together at the same time, it might work out well. Save those because you can use them for something else. So inspired by a CD case, I thought let's give this a whirl. So I've got these little pieces of paper. This is called the Autumn Medley Matte Stack. I have had this for such a long time, and they're beautiful autumn colors. And I thought, well, I'm going to just use some of those up. And I just want to make a few pockets and for future journals. And I just thought, why not? Let's give it a whirl. So what you have to do is you have to fold it. I know just from having played around with the punch that you have to fold it fairly sturdily. And then what I'm doing is I'm going to put it in. You see here, this marks half. It marks a range for half. So I figure if I get that centered in this paper, like a little bit the same amount on either side, and kind of halfway in that little divot, then it should work. So let's see. Like I said, this punch is unhappy, but we should still be able to figure this out. Let me see if brute force. Okay, that may not go back in, but I don't mind. I find it more of a nuisance. So you can see it's mostly cut. So it minimizes the amount of work I have to do. Just do a little cut there. And now we have a round circle. We do have these little lines here, but we don't, well, I know I don't care about that. So let me see, do I have my little cutter here? Oh, I've got my teeny one. Okay. This is just a little 6-inch Tim Holtz Tonic cutter. I got it a long, long time ago. So what I would do is I would look at what size I want my pocket to be. And because this is pretty stiff cardboard, I'm probably not going to fold it under on the sides. I'm probably just going to trim it like that. And now I have the appearance of a window sort of envelope. So let's make one completely, and then let's see how many more we can get done. So I have some acetate. I don't know if you can see that. This is acetate that is from, actually this is a great template. It's just from some packaging. And I'll just set that there. And so what I want to do is I'm just going to cut a square around it so that I know it's going to fit. It's going to cover that hole. So we'll set this over here. Put that off to the side, this off to the side, save my template. See, this was sat in the sun in my old craft room. And so it's in Recollections 3 inches, 7.62 centimeters. And it's 3 inch in diameter. But that's what happens when it's sat in the sun for a while. So this is nice sturdy acetate, but you could use whatever you have. You know, vellum is nice. Just any kind of acetate from packaging is great as well. Sorry, I'm just trying to gooberize my glue stick here, or my glue tip. I think that's a word, degooberize. So put a little bit of glue down, not too close to the opening of the circle, because I don't want it to come out of the circle. It may squish out a little bit, but so, and it doesn't have to be a perfect square. You could do a larger circle if you have a larger circle punch or whatever you might have. So, yeah, that glue came out there a little bit. So we have our nice, just gonna, I think that's just a mark that's on there, which is fine. We're not worried about it being perfect. I'm just getting up to see if you can see. Now I'm gonna come in a little bit more. Better. I think that might be a little bit better for you. So we've got that, and I have a number of tag bases already made, and these are from Tracy Fox's Love Junk Journals and Andrea at Artie Mays. This is their tag fabrications, and it's one of my favorite of the tag base kits. So I'm going to pick ones that are large enough. That one's large enough. These are actually some of Took's, and those would look nice as well in there. You could do something with that as well. So excellent. All right. So I'm going to take these 3 larger ones, and we've got these as well. Set the others off to the side. So why not just look at how we might decorate it a little bit? So when I say finish one completely, let's just finish, decorate it and decorate a tag, and then we'll just do some more of these in our time. Okay, so set this off to the side as well. I have a Edith Holden paper, and I wondered about trying that as well, so we may try that. Okay, so we have those. I have done some fussy cutting, and I think I have some book page as well. Just pulling this out. Cute. That's one of Rachel's pretty flowers, and I'm loving, these are some of Tracy's beautiful butterflies. I'm loving those as well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate this first and think about what I want on there. I want something that's going to show up in the window. So it could be something like this. This is a from a digital from Jarve. I think it's the Illuminated Flora, and Jarve is Medieval Mirage. I'm just going to, instead of just going around those super carefully, I'm just going to do it like that. I'm just eyeballing the distance there. It's about 3/4 of an inch. And I want to make sure by setting it next to it, I can see that I will get the top of the flower if I put it in a certain location. So just going to give it a whirl, glue it down. Okay. So fairly close to the bottom. Okay. Feel like it's going to go really nicely there. Whoops. So isn't that beautiful? So I want to make sure that whatever I put on here, that would be fine. It might be a little bit overpowering the colors. So let me see. I'm just going to look. I've got some little labels here. And I just know I don't want to have anything that's going to just totally overtake that. I actually like that yellow. And these are all Rachel at Roxy Creations. They're all some of her flowers. And the trick too is I don't want to have to lose a lot of my flower. You know what? I like that one. I think the best so far. So I'm going to put my hand over here because I know I'm going to come down a straight line through here. Gosh, guys, I didn't say how are you doing. I hope you're all doing well. I'm definitely doing better. Still, you know, it's a work in progress with the back and hip, but it's coming along. So I'm trying to do all the right things, you know, in terms of exercise and whatnot. So it will get there. So take that, and yeah, I think that is so pretty, really, really pretty. And so because I have these lovely butterflies, I could, it's a little big for what we want. I could just put like, know that I want anything that's super, oh, this is what I want. Just a butterfly that's going kind of like that, I think right there. Okay, so I'm going to glue that down. Some days you feel like doing mass makes and doing all of the one element at a time, like all of this, and then come back and do all of your tags. But other times, I don't know, it just is gratifying to do it both, you know, not to single out the steps, but to work on them together. So I think it would be nice to have a little label down here. Like that. You know what? We could have a second label on this one. Don't have to stop at one. I like the idea of having something up there, but I don't want to do red again. I'm just going to cut this out and set that there. I think it's too much to have it over there. I could set it down here and then cut it off. You know what? I think I like it down there. So I didn't take the glue right to this edge because I know I'm going to cut it off. And I'm going to just put it right to that last one we did. And then cut it. And you know what? These little seams are there. I guess I could have turned it and done it that way and covered it, but it doesn't matter. It still looks fantastic. So that's our first tag and circle windowed combo. I love that. Okay, let's do another one. Whoops. We don't want that going flying. Okay. So I'm going to fold this again. So these are 8 inches wide by 4, and you don't need it to be that big. I mean, you could make this exactly like a 4 by 4, a 4 by 4 inch piece of cardstock, and then fold it right in half would be perfect with this particular size punch. Okay, see how well we can do for most of the way. So I just have to, because it leaves a line, and I know where I need to be. Okay, so there's my little punch is over here. Like so, and I'm just going to take a little bit more of that off. It's in my little bin to use another time. Set this over here. Grab my piece that's left over, my little template. Trying to avoid, they've got some marks here. I think where I might have gotten a little aggressive and left like a little mark in the, it's almost like a fold in the acetate. Okay, so I'm going to put my glue on here. A little closer than I wanted to, didn't I? And then just a bit of glue on the edge here. That just makes sure that when you put something in the pocket, it's not going to go underneath that bit. So I'm making sure that that fold is not in the window. There we go. Looks great. Okay. So I'm just looking at these ones from Took that I cut out. There's no reason why we couldn't use this one. Those colors are just lovely and muted together. And I think this, see, we've got the folds here. This would be pretty right there. So I am going to stick that one right there. My glue on. So yeah, it's sometimes we just don't think, why wouldn't I just fold the paper? I think it's our sense of wanting to preserve the paper, and you know, somehow the integrity of the paper will be affected in a negative way. But the truth is, I mean, we're constantly aging things and making things look vintage. The fact that it has a fold in it is probably a good thing. So there. And you could do this and put the proper folds, you know, fold up the sides, etc., and make it into a real pocket. Maybe we'll do that another time, but I could definitely see us doing that. So looking at this, it makes me wonder, we could put a little butterfly. Yes, I think that would be great. And then he's a big part of the focal point in the window. He or she, we don't know, do we? We've got our butterfly. Perfect. Love that. I think I'll put something quite large over there, and then I may just fold it around. Let's do that this time. So putting it at the top, like so. And I might want to put, yeah, a little label up there. These are all Tracy Fox labels. Love them. So this is a combination of Rachel Rock's Creation Flowers, Tracy Fox Butterflies, Tracy Fox labels, and Took at Took's Craft Table tag that I've put on a cream colored cardstock. Isn't that pretty? Love that. Okay, I'm just going to check how we are for time. We're going well. Excellent. Whoops. Well, I just dropped my little garbage collection bin, but that's fine. All right, let's choose another one. This is kind of fun. And I think I'm going to try and do just like 2 inches. In my mind, that's about 2 inches. Like that. And you can see I'm pressing on that, burnishing that that edge fairly well. Okay, so I'm trying to put it halfway in between these two lines there, and the same down there, to try and get that one. Feels like it was trying harder. I'm going to try the trick of running, like cutting a bunch of foil wrap. A few layers of foil, it helps to sharpen your blade. I don't know if you knew that, but it does help to sharpen the blade. And I think that would be a good thing to attempt. So I'm going to try and just replicate the size of that. So this one will be a little bit taller. And I like these flowers here, so these flowers are going to stay. I have some more acetate here. You can see this was like a box that went over top of, it's easier to see when you do it that way. It went over top of a, I think it was a piece, some pencils that I bought. So we'll do that. I'll show you everything we've made again at the end. Like that. Okay. So each time I'm using what I took out as a template, but I will use it again for something else, I'm sure. Sorry. So, and apologies for, it sounds like I'm filming on my phone and I have it on airplane mode, but I have another device in the room, my iPad, and it's picking up dings from emails and whatnot. So I'm sure it's not anything that can't wait. I hope so anyway. Okay, just press that down. There we go. Really pretty. Really pretty. Okay. Now, do we want to use one of these? I mean, this is, I feel like the colors in that might be kind of fun with this. It does look fun with that. Okay. All right. And I'm not going to bother with a flower here. Kind of let what we've made dictate how we use it. I think a yellow butterfly right in there would be beautiful. So I'm going to do that. Trying to remember where it was. And get my glue on there. Don't have any new cute stories to share with the kids because it's midweek. But for me, this is probably going to show on the weekend, but it is midweek when I'm making this. So there's that. I mean, it looks beautiful as is. Put that up there. We'll label. You don't have to do anything more to these, but it's just nice to give them a little extra zhuzh, I like to say. So there's that. And wonder about, we could have a butterfly like that, part and part. That would be nice. So put that on there. I don't think I'm going to do anything else to that tag because it's so beautiful. So this is going to be centered there, and I'm going to set this like that. So that's going to come together like that. Really pretty. Really pretty. Okay. That's 3 done. Let's do one more. I have one more piece of that cardstock. I think we'll not bother with the Edith Holden paper for now, but we'll decorate our own next time, this next one. Okay. So once again, I'm going to try and eyeball around 2 inches. That way I don't waste as much paper on the other end that I can use for something else. And once again, we're going to try and get it sort of in the center of those. Yep. There. Come this way a little bit. It doesn't matter if it doesn't. If it's not a complete full circle, it might be more like a elongated oval, depending on where you do it, but that's fine. They're often a beautiful shape for portraits. Okay, so I'll set this here. And take that off. Perfect. And then I'm going to get our little tiny cutter like that. We save this piece. Move the cutter. And grab our template. I'm just going to cut down here. Clean this up as we go. Okay. Put our glue on like so. And around the edges of our acetate, or if you're using vellum, or you could use tracing paper, it will work as well. It's of course a little more vulnerable to ripping, but I mean, I don't think people are as aggressive with putting things in and out of pockets as I was removing that bottom from here. Didn't know my own strength there for a minute. There we go. So we've got that window in. Perfect. I hope that's not creating glare. It just occurred to me. Gosh, those colors are so pretty with that. So I'm just going to set this tag away and we'll just do this. This will be our last one. And let me see, what are we going to use? I have, ooh. That's very pretty. I have something like that down there. And we could still have something at the top too. Okay, let me just pull those out for now. So there's no reason I couldn't put something like that and then put the floral at the bottom, and have this be the bit that's coming out of the, towards the top of the tag. This is actually Tracy Fox as well. This is an old digital, isn't it, Trace, from, gosh, I don't know how many years ago. Love it. Okay, and then right about there, I think. So I'm just going to, that edge is going to come off the side, so we'll just go like this. It's fun to be able to get 4 finished pieces of ephemera done fairly quickly in a video. Okay, put that flower down there. Trim that up a bit. It's going to be like that. And I think what I'm going to do is I have a little bit of washi here. That nice gridded washi. I think I might take a piece of that. oh, I can pull that up a bit. See, my thought is that it would be nice underneath there, but we'll see how it looks. I think it'll be fine. It's very sticky, so I'm not going to worry about it. Just like that. Fold it over. Put a little bit of glue there. Okay. So that's our tag. Yeah, I like that. Now, what do we want to put on here? I have this. Yeah, I think I want to put that on. That's another flower from that same series. I know I want it to come off the page a little bit, so I'm going to put my thumb there where I don't want to be putting my glue. Like that. It's kind of shades of peach and orange throughout this one. Yeah, I think that's pretty. Very, very pretty. Okay, now I think I want to have I'll have this little label down here. And if we're going to bother with a butterfly, now we are. It's no bother. We're going to put a butterfly there. It's just so pretty. I think butterflies are one of my favorite things to fussy cut, except I don't like it when they've got the little scalloped edges around the bottom of their wing. And so I tend to cut those off. I know, probably not right, but I do it. Put that up here. I like that it says the word balance. I know it probably means it in an accounting term, but for me, the imagery in this seems really balanced in terms of the colors. So really like using that particular word. Okay, so I'm just going to pick these up and put these away, move some things out of the way so that I can show you. Grab my butterflies and my labels. There's labels underneath that I forgot were there. I'm definitely going to be making a whole bunch more of these. I just think they look super cute. And they really do give you, you know, CD cover vibes. So that's one. This is another. Love the colors there. And this is another that we made very quickly. These all came together really fast. And let me just move this out of the way so we can get everything on here. So we got 4 sets. I'm hoping everything is in frame. I will double check here in a second. And then this is the first one we did, which is probably got the most feminine sort of feel. So let me move that out of the way. Let me see, how are we? Okay, we're gonna go one here, one there, there, and then this one. It is hard to see this one. So I'm gonna just set it down like that. Or I could just come out a little bit. There you go. That's even better. So thank you guys for watching, and give it a whirl. And I'd love to hear how you made out. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye.